All right, let's compare the older Breitling Superocean over here on the left to the newly released Breitling Superocean here on the right. Now, I wasn't a fan really of either of them initially. So my buddy sent me this one to check out, and in my video, there were things I pointed out that I did not like. One being the clasp kind of sucks, and the crown being really tiny and difficult to manipulate. Other than that, I really did kind of like this. But this really tiny crown is hard to wind and hard to set. So, and then the clasp is just a standard stamped fold over that's really kind of hard to get your nail in and open up. All right, so, and then it's just a friction fit. So it's a little awkward on kind of a pricey watch to me. So then out came the new Superocean, and from pictures, I kind of hated it. So I had to get one in to check it out anyway, because, well, it's what I did. I like it a lot better than in the pictures. They have fixed the crown problem because this one is ginormous and works amazing. Nice pop, super solid, super easy to wind, and super easy to set because it sets outside of the crown guards. Even when this one pops out, it's still like more than halfway, about halfway in the crown guards. So it's really just tough to manipulate. And you can see the difference in the crown size if we put them side by side. So a vast improvement with the crown. Okay. Then the bracelet you can see has polished center links. And I'll zoom out here in a second also so you can get a better look. Let me screw this in so we don't have to worry about that. Polished center links and a greatly improved clasp. It's all milled out. Double pusher. And a toolless micro adjust that works great. Push down and it can slide in and slide out. You can actually slide it in one-handed, push it, and out it comes. That's awesome. Like fan-freaking-tastic. I like the, the polished part there. The crown, the clasp, fan-freaking-tastic. So let me give you a wrist shot on both of these. See if I got that toolless micro adjust kind of in the right spot. Yes. This is on my 7¼ inch wrist. And I'm not going to go through all the specs on the size and all that. You can go look at my other video. And a ton of people have done videos on these already because they've been out for a little bit. You can go check out Random Rob. You can check out Bruce Williams and or a host of others. So here is the older one. Again, they both fit great and they wear both really well. I would like a hybrid between the two because this dial has a ginormous chapter ring. And that minute hand, the big square block, that kills me. That's, to me, I can't stand that. I do like the yellow on the seconds hand, the blued hands, the indices. I like a lot of it. But some of the differences are the chapter ring is way bigger on the new one. And the bezel is smaller on the new one. That minute hand, though, just kills me. I would like a hybrid between the two. So if we could take the hands and the dial of this guy and put it with no date over here on this bracelet and this crown, Well, now you're talking. The bezel action on this guy is not bad. Don't know if you can hear that from there. The bezel action on this one is better. Has a nicer sound, a little more satisfying. I don't ever move my bezels. The only time I move it is when I bump into something and it gets knocked off a little bit, and then I got to spin it around to line it up. Because I'm not timing nothing, I'm not diving, I'm not doing anything. And look at that miracle. I lined it up. The case profile is slightly different as well. Let me zoom out just a hair so you can see them both better. It is a slimmer profile on the new one. I do like the polished center links on the bracelet. The clasp is way better, and the crown, of course. This particular one seems to be running a little fast today. Maybe an hour ago, I set the time exactly on both of these. And when I just checked it right before filming the video, this one was spot on with time.gov. This one's a little fast in an hour. Granted, they've both just been sitting face up, dial up on a table. So you can't really, you can take that for what it's worth. The AR coating on both of these, fantastic. This one that I've had for several months, outside in real light, it's just like it disappears. Like you could just reach in and you could set the time like old school grandfather clock by moving the hands. That's how much the crown, the crystal disappears. Very similar to this one. I think it's a toss-up. I would give the AR coating an edge to the older model, but I'm really nitpicking. I think I'm good with the smaller bezel, or the smaller, bezel. But the chapter ring, it's too much for me. Legibility, hands down, goes the old one. Partially could be because of this white dial and the hands kind of being white and stuff like that. It kind of blends together. Maybe. That could be. Lume, let's take a look because we may be surprised on that. Let me hit them both with the UV. So they are both loomed really well. But they are different colored lume. You got a green and a blue. Again, legibility at night, absolutely the old style. So for me, the old style really still wins. I don't know if you can, I haven't tried or messed with it yet, if you can switch the clasps from one to another. You'd really have to change the whole bracelet, right? Because with the polished center links, the polished center portion of this clasp, you could not just change the clasp. They're just totally different, right? So, yeah, I kind of want a hybrid. I think I would really love, I don't know if it would work, put this bracelet on this watch and call it a day. I don't know. I would like this crown. Yeah, if it were up to me, I would take this crown, this bracelet, put them over here, call it good. I'd prefer a no date, but I would live with a date. Just swap those two over to the other watch and boom, I would be happy. I'd be ecstatic with that. Maybe I'll play with that. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. I will say, and I have to admit, I like this a lot better in person than I did in the pictures and even seeing other people's videos. It wears great. They wear very similar. Legibility is better over here. I like the winged Breitling logo better than just the B. Again, little things, little nitpicky things, but I don't think you can go wrong with either. So let me know your thoughts on Breitling, on these Superoceans, and if you've got questions, leave them down in the comments. I will put a link up here to my other Breitling video Again, even when I did it the first time, I videoed it the first time, I didn't like the crown and the clasp and a couple things. I sent it back to the owner, and then a week later, we made a deal, and he shipped it back to me, and I own it. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. I have a problem. Go check out the other video. I would greatly appreciate it, and have an excellent, excellent day.